Good afternoon, it's Lunch with Caroline Martin. Now, we've been talking about the racist abuse aimed at black footballers after England lost in penalties against Italy in the final on Sunday. Now, ministers want social media firms like Facebook and Twitter to hand over details of offenders so that they can be prosecuted. But how easy is that to do? And with so many anonymous accounts already having been set up, is it too late to stop it happening? Let's speak with social media expert Dr. Laura Higson-Bliss from Keele University. Good afternoon, Laura.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for having me.
Well, thank you for coming on, Laura. It's nice to speak to you. So firstly, of course, we need to get your reaction to the abuse aimed at black footballers on Sunday. I mean, because it was just awful, wasn't it?
It was. I think the only way to describe it is absolutely horrific, and I don't think anyone can condemn what's been said. And I think it's just the way the world is going now. We don't like something, we turn to social media to vent that frustration.
So how do you go about rooting these people out? I mean, how easy or not is it to do this? Because, you know, at the end of the day, sometimes these people, you know, you look on them on Twitter and they're spurting out a load of stuff, and it's same on Instagram as well. They've perhaps got, you know, just hardly any followers. Their main purpose, it seems, is to just spurt out all this bile. How do you get rid of them?
It's a difficult one, and I don't think there is a quick and easy solution to the problem. You hear a lot about whether we should actually ban anonymous accounts. That, again, is a difficult question because there are, you know, anonymity. There is a place for that online. There are, you know, people who cannot be their true selves online for various reasons such as religion, etc. So it is a really, really difficult one. I think there's no doubt that we need to be doing more. I think as society, what we can be doing personally is calling it out when we see it. If you are reading those racist comments or you're reading abusive comments online, making sure that you're reporting that to Twitter, reporting that to Instagram, reporting it to Facebook, and just being aware of the comments and, you know, checking in on the person that's receiving those comments to make sure that they're okay.
That is true. But I guess a lot of these people with these accounts have got more than one, haven't they? It's like on Facebook, because you can go to Facebook jail, can't you? If you do something untoward, you get put into Facebook jail. Well, an hour later, they'll pop up on another account and they'll be still posting away. So we're just assuming, OK, it's one account that is going to be closed down. This one person could have multiple ones, couldn't they?
Yeah, absolutely. And Facebook does differ slightly to things like Twitter, where on Facebook, actually, technically, in their terms and conditions, you're meant to use your real name. We know that doesn't necessarily turn out well, and anonymous accounts still come forward. And it's difficult, but it's about being able to continually report that. And obviously, Facebook and Twitter and Instagram have to have the mechanisms to be tackling this as quickly as possible. And we can see over the last 24, 48 hours that those mechanisms still are not in place.
Now, what more can the government, the FA or social media firms do to protect the players from this in future? And, you know, for people that just are getting on with their lives, that, you know, on Sunday night we talked to Aaron. He was there in the pub. Everything was good. It was a good, jovial atmosphere. Everyone was just happy. They were in there to play the game. The minute that they lost, the tide turned, and you get all of this bile that is just launched at these people. So it's just awful. And then you get up the next day to read all of this on social media anyway. So is there anything that can be done soon to stop this?
I don't think there is a quick and easy solution. I think this is about education. Obviously, the government have come out and condemned it quite quickly, but they've not necessarily done that in the past, which has probably made the situation worse, I would argue. I think not even the FA, but employers themselves need to have social media codes of practice within their own organisations, so that if an individual who works for them is sending these abusive comments, that actually you can target this more from an employment point of view as well, rather than just the criminal law or putting all pressure on social media companies. So I think it is something that needs to be tackled by society as a whole, and we need to be educating people. We need to be drumming into people from a young age that this is not okay, that this has real detrimental effects on individuals.
Yeah, Yeah, because it stays with them, doesn't it? I mean, we've heard from people, be it, black people, Asian people, people that are disabled, that have all been targeted in the past. And, it does stay with you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this calls for real upheaval of the educational sector itself and teaching young people not just about social media etiquette, but teaching them about hate speech and what is classified as hate crime, and getting those who have been subjected to this horrific and disgusting abuse involved in those conversations to actually reiterate that this does have real detrimental effects.
Laura, I'm going to let you